This will be the last one, I promise.
Go. Play. Have fun.
Please turn over the cassette now.
Hello? Hang on, you're breaking up.
The idea came about when my wife encouraged me as a New Year's resolution to write down a new idea for a film every day. And I think some point in April last year I came up with this idea about time working on audio cassettes.
I'm sorry, I left my bag. I know, come on. I'm playing Kate, whose husband dies just as she finds a tape recorder that will transport her back to moments in their life. She kind of goes through the grieving process that anyone else will go through, but she goes through it in a much more palpable way because he's right there all the time, and she sort of loses herself in these tapes. What is this place? Do you have my whole life? Not just yours.
I had the idea that we should try and find someone who had a bit of recognition to their name already. The first or the second name that was suggested was Georgina Sherrington from The Worst Witch. I was a big fan of The Worst Witch as a child, as many people in my generation were.
So I arrive on set on the first day, and the first scene I'm presented with this bicycle. And then they present me with this little girl who was absolutely sweet. She was about 11, which is about the age that I started The Worst Witch. And I had to basically cycle into her, but not hit her. And I was just thinking this can go wrong in so many ways.
Sorry. Come on.
Can you do that again for me? Excuse me. How much is this?
Stop Eject had to be carefully scheduled because Georgie was effectively playing two roles.
So 1 minute she's crying and she's coming into me and I'm having to make her look like she hasn't been crying. So it's been a lot of cold compresses on her eyes, redoing the makeup.
I've been playing the Kate double, who's the one you see from like behind or over the shoulder or the one out of focus.
For all the shots where the camera had to get in the alcove with Georgie, we actually built the alcove so that we had more accessibility.
By the time we got to film these scenes, it was the end of a very long day. It was very emotionally exhausting for Georgie because she had to cry.
We called a wrap on the evening and I burst into tears and everybody was like, no, you can stop. And I was crying because I was so relieved I didn't have to cry anymore.
The film really grew for me out of wanting to have a really strong emotional basis for this sci-fi concept of a tape recorder that controls time. You know, as a married man, you do think about, you know, what if the worst happens? What if my wife dies? And I think it's themes like that and emotions like that. And the what if question, you know, what if you could go back and see people again that you've lost? That's what makes Stop Eject, I hope, have a universal appeal.
Dan! How do I stop this?
You're breaking up.
Stop!
You're late.
What is this place?
The tape recorder shows your life and yours alone.
Nice headphones.
You're my destiny.
There must be other options. You have got to help me. What do I do?
Do you have any plans for Christmas? Aren't you going to spend it with your family?
Here's my family.